uh, uh, you've been uh, very vocal about um, your opinion, and we know that R. Kelly got sentenced to 30 years, and I read some of the letters that he wrote that you read on your platform. Um, has there been any of those notes that you haven't read since he's been sentenced?
Yeah, it's a lot. I just stopped, because with him having a appeal going on, um, the appeal lawyer asked me to chill, because she ain't want nothing that he don't. She just felt like uh, she don't want him to say nothing that can hurt him. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's like reaching out to to the world to let them know that he buried alive. You know what I'm saying? She asked me to chill for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? So for that reason, I chilled, just being respectful. Not that I had to, just being respectful.
So let me ask you this, man: is there? Do you think he got a fair shake in his trial? Do you think that he got a? You know, what I'm saying, do you think? What do you think happened in that situation? Do you think they were trying to really railroad him and single him out and really create a make an example out of him in this case?
Yeah, I mean that's all it was basically, for the most part. Did he have a fair trial? No, he didn't get his discovery until after he was sentenced, not until after he was convicted.
So he's just,
No,
you know,
no, he would definitely have an appeal. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's what Jennifer Bonjean is working on right now. You know what I'm saying?
oh, okay.
So she's working on his appeal. So everybody has the right to an appeal if you blow trial. So he blew trial. He got convicted of whatever charges, and then he was sentenced to the 30 years based on those RICO charges. But did he have a fair trial? No. If you know what your discovery is, and for the people who don't know what your discovery is all your evidence that you get to show to the state, that this is why this ain't true. You know what I'm saying? If let's say if a girl said that he poisoned her, and he got surveillance footage of his home of her pouring her own poison, and then acting like he gave it to her and she drank it. You know what I'm saying? And they say, "Oh, he poisoned me," but now he got the video showing that she fixed her old drink. That's part of his discovery. Things like that R. Kelly had all his evidence to prove that these girls was lying. They held his discovery from him and didn't give it to him to after he was found guilty, and say, "Oh, here go your stuff." You know what I'm saying?
That's like Monday morning quarterbacking. What is the point of that?
So we can convict you. You ain't got no evidence to prove nothing. We
But
hold
now
on.
he can bring the evidence, unless it's sealed. He can bring the evidence into the appeal.
But they already got the conviction now. Listen,
So
listen, listen. Hold on.
murders, etc., that now exonerated because new evidence came into play, or in the appeal and the discovery process in the appeal, right? So we don't think that R. Kelly has that shot.
I was answering your question. Do I think that he was railroaded? And my answer to that was yes, because if you don't have your discovery to prove your innocence, and they trial you without any of your proof, you ain't got your hands tied behind your back. It's Floyd Mayweather going in the ring with his hands tied behind his back, fighting Mike Tyson. He can't even throw a punch because his discovery is tied behind his back. R. Kelly, all his evidence to prove his innocence was held against him until after the trial was over. Then they say, "Oh, here go your discovery." So now he got it, and like if he had it beforehand, he would have been able to present his case and fight it properly. This girl's lying. Boom, here's the proof. This girl's lying. Boom, here's the proof. This girl's lying. Boom, here's the proof. But they never gave him his proof for him to present in court. It was there in the jail, but they held it from him. So without him having his discovery, he cannot fight. His hands are tied behind his back. So now that he has all his discovery, that's why you seeing people, the text messages coming out from the mother now, because Jennifer Bonjean filed an appeal, and then remember his court trial was private, so people ain't see all this evidence. They didn't notice, but now that everything is coming out and you see it in the appeal papers, now you know that the mother and the daughter set him up. That's the information that he had to show them from the beginning, but they held it from him and gave it to him afterwards. So now everybody's in the uproar. Oh, the mother should be in jail. Oh, the parents should be in jail. We've been telling y'all that from the beginning, but y'all didn't have that information. Y'all didn't see it. But when you seen it in black and white, now it's like, oh, even R. Kelly didn't know until he got his discovery that the whole time the girl that he was in love with was straight up setting him up, gaming him. You know what I'm saying? It was a lick. He was a lick.
Wow. Was there something in those letters that he shared with you that surprised you that you can share with us?
I'm not going to say surprised me. You know what I'm saying? It just, the thing that, if anything surprised me, is the fact that how a lot of these people made up a bunch of lies. I mean, I'm not surprised, but when people are going on R. Kelly based off his persona, the rumors, and all that other stuff, you don't listen to him with an open ear. You know what I'm saying? But in this situation, and you listening, or if you heard me read any of these letters, you know that like what he's saying is sincere, and like he was, like, you see his emotions on Gayle King. You seen the girl emotions on Gayle King. Yo, my parents trying to sell me. You know what I'm saying? They out here for money. R. Kelly, yo, y'all playing with my life. You know, that emotion come across in those letters. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't got no choice but to, when you reading it, it ain't no distraction. Ain't no opinions and nobody, it ain't no little people in your head. You reading the word for word, and you can tell what's bullshit and what's not. And then as the truth came out and you see it, there's a whole bunch of people out here that know that whole surviving R. Kelly thing was some people, former employees, mad at him and trying to get opportunity to get a TV show, and it went bad, and got Homeland Security involved, and that became a charge, and then now he got 30 years, all because he cut some people off.
So how were you, and why were you selected to get those letters? And how is R. Kelly writing these letters when it's publicly known that he can't read or write?
Well, how he's writing letters is he got cellmates, and he's dictating, they write. Like you telling me you don't know nobody in jail that can't read or write and send letters home because they got cellies that what you call it? You don't know people that can't read that's in jail and that get letters and cellies read the letters to them. They might be able to look at the pictures, but they don't know what the fuck the cards say. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and why was I chose? Who else had the balls to do it? Who else was going to do it? You tell me if he sent it to you, who how many calls would you going to get to say, yo, don't help that nigga. Yo, don't read that, Rob. You know, with me, he didn't have to worry about that.
He knew you was gonna say what's on your mind anyway. He know it's truth be told all day, every day, right?
Even on
So
his
R.
birthday.
Kelly watched. Do you think he watched your show?
Nigga, did you think if I'm reading his words, he ain't watching?
No, no, not to hear his words. I'm just saying, like how do you feel that you got on his radar? Because you were publicly you were very vocal and very public about other entertainment executives, the system, uh, the other broadcast networks. He just knew that you were just, if you had something that needed to be told, that you was going to tell it.
Honestly, I believe that he probably had other options and people told him, yo, nah, you might want to go with this guy. He's not going to be compromised. He's gonna do it word for word, blah blah blah. I don't know. I'm speculating, but all I know is that he didn't have to worry about me being worried about reading the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's a bunch of people that don't like him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not I'm not sitting there defending anything that he done wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that I see the injustice that's going on. You can't sit there and sign your daughter over to go live with him and then be throwing rocks at his window. So I want my baby, free my baby, free my baby. When you sat there and introduced and took your baby to him, took him to his concert, got his number, pretended to be your baby and was kicking it with this man, enticing him, telling your baby you better give him a rub down, this, that, and other. Let him go live with him and let him go stay with him. Then now if you outside throwing rocks at his house, oh my, free my baby. Like when I see that and everything, and then people are sitting there talking about, oh, he's this, that, and the third. Sometimes you got to be honest with yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? And know that this is bullshit that we seeing. Now, when you see these text messages, and then now you think about the parents outside his house talking about free their kid, and you looking at these text messages, you feel hoodwinked. It was bullshit. It was a hustle that went wrong, and when his money ran out, he went to jail.
Wow. So what do you think is the greatest tragedy in this case? Is it the innocent victims that were, or the women that was victimized allegedly? There's actual video footage. There's actual evidence that he did something sexual to these women and young girls, right?
In this case, hold on.
The writer, songwriter, ever. One of them. So I think it's a double travesty.
Was you making a statement or was that a question?
Well, I posed it at first as a question, and then I made a statement at the end. So I was like, "What is the greatest travesty in this situation?"
The greatest travesty in this situation is that people like you just said, yo, it's been known that he was on tape. This case ain't had nothing to do with the tape. He went to court for that in 2008 or before in Chicago and beat that, right? I'm not saying that nobody eyes didn't deceive him. What I'm saying is they charged him with that and he was exonerated with it. This is how his career kept going on. In 2008 or whatever, they charged him with something, right? And I think that was the case, and he beat it. Now, in this case, there's no P tape. In this case, the youngest girl is the girl Ariel Clary, who was 17 but lied and said she was 18. He met her at a 18 and over or 21 and over event, mature audiences only. Her parents brought her in there. Her parents brought her to an R. Kelly concert, my nigga, at 17. Right? So they take their underage daughter to a concert where he ain't got to ID her because you got to be 18 to be in there. Period. 21. Right? You know what I'm saying? So when they meet her and then she gives the phone number, they give him the phone number. The phone number goes to the mother. The mother started texting him, acting like the daughter. Yo, I'm 18. So she go to his hotel and meet him. The parents, they doing they hustle. They downstairs in the parking lot, whatever. She go upstairs. They not answering the phone. They call the police. They go up there. We know now for the paper trail. The cop go to the door. R. Kelly opened the door. He asked the girl, yo, how old are you? She like 18. Don't lie to me. I'm 18. Open the door. The cop's like, yo, you got an underage girl in here? No. And he's like, yo, tell her to come to the door. The girl come to the door and said, how old are you? She says, I'm 18. And the text message is, the mother tells her before she get to the hotel, leave your ID in the car. So put her ID in the glove compartment in the text messages, right? Boom. Go to the hotel. They send the police up there. The cop come out. She come out the room. The cop asks her age. She says 18, right? The cop calls her parents right there in front of R. Kelly on the speaker. Yo, how old? Your daughter's here? Yes, she's here. Or what is she doing there? Yeah, she's auditioning, whatever. How old is your daughter? She's 18. Now, if you don't believe me, the cop is on YouTube telling the story how the girl and the mother said she was 18. So the travesty in there is that R. Kelly may morally be wrong for messing with younger women. But what he was doing, 18 isn't illegal for him to be messing with no woman. That's not statutory rape. So the tragedy in this whole thing is that we lost a great talent based off of somebody trying to hustle him and the hustle going wrong. And him getting 30 years for it.
Wow. Wow.